Hello and welcome everybody to another day of StarCraft EVO. It's gonna be created in the top center position of Surfeit against Prome in the bottom right position here of Surfeit. It is a PvP, but we're playing of course Brood War against StarCraft 2. And the StarCraft 2 race is here picked for Prome. He's a high rank GM on Korea, and who's a very regular player in SEL or in StarCraft EVO tournaments in general. And Creator does show up from time to time, of course. Creator is a very well-known pro, has been a pro for a very long time, and he has, I think he had a few final appearances, then he had a very long drought, he really didn't perform as well, and he kind of got back into form. I want to say, or a little bit more into a second kind of peak in his career, maybe about 2 to 3 years ago-ish at this point, where he really was starting to rise up again. And, well, it's been a little bit quiet around him recently, haven't seen him that much, but he's still very good. He's someone though, he's very emotional, likes to be, well, who falls sometimes apart under pressure. So it's a very interesting character to have here. And yeah, sometimes he looks genius, sometimes he just looks like what the F are you doing, bro? But in this game he's playing Brood War, and he has to play a different race basically. This is not near anything that you can do in StarCraft 2. You don't have warp gates, you don't have phoenixes, you don't have chrono boosts, right? You can't chrono boost your upgrades, you just have to do them, you have to make them. So this game looks like we're gonna go into a very fast Twilight Council here. Oh, sorry, not. It's gonna be the Citadel of Dune, and then it's gonna be the Templar Archives. Oh my god, honestly, he didn't scout this. I can't believe it. He didn't do the full scout. Look at that. That's a typical creative move. He did not go in for the scout because he didn't think that his opponent was here. I can't believe it. Prome, of course, didn't scout at all. He didn't wall the front, which Creator did, by the way, because he needs to be wary of adepts, but of course his opponent doesn't need to think about adepts, because there is no adepts for Brood War, right? So now he's gonna find the Stalkers at the entries and gonna see nothing but some Stalkers. That's a really big issue here. Now he has a few goons, he'll be fine for now, he's gonna have 3 goons, but he's gonna be behind on the Nexus timing. Oh, this is funny, we're gonna see Templar Archives against DT Shrine. Both players playing full Protoss. Both players going Nexus behind that. This is gonna be an amazing match. We're gonna see invisible people fight invisible people. Who can get... Okay, so there is a few things you can do. You have the double gate here, for example, as Creator. You only need to put in 1 unit. You don't have force fields, of course, but you can put in a DT, which would be unkillable for the Gs from Prome, because he cannot see them, of course. Now Creator's gonna make a forge. Oh my god, if he throws down a cannon, this will be a free win. Oh, this is gonna be a tragic moment here. There's not gonna be warp gate though. The T's are in the making. He does have the forge now. Is he gonna throw down a cannon? I wanna see the cannon. He's gonna actually put down a cannon. Will it be in time though? DTs are not warped in immediately. I can't believe it. Oh, of course, he doesn't have the shrine. Okay, now there's the DTs, they're coming in. This should be in time. The DTs are not gonna make it. He's gonna have 2 photon cannons even. He still has his Dragoons, he needs to pull back the Dragoons a little bit. But Prome? Is this gonna end up being a longer game? He's gonna go into a Robux facility. Of course that's gonna be a little bit better than the cannons, but this feels like there's some weird kind of meta going on where both are just trying to go DTs, and if you don't have, like, you're gonna try to probably deal some damage. And this is so funny though. Okay, he could kill the pylon. Is he gonna go for the pylon though? No, he's not. 45 damage here on this bro. On the other side is defended. The DTs, they did walk back, so they weren't killed off. And we're going for probes here, so he did not try to focus the robo, he does not try to focus the pylons. He only went in with 1 DT here. The other one's in the natural. He kills a lot of probes here, that's nice and all. Oh man, he even dodges that. Now the DTs could try to block him, but he doesn't make it in time, unfortunately. Doesn't get the trap off. It's really difficult because SC2 units, or in SC2 engine units in general, are very slippery. But you can have a situation where there's like like a DT here and here, and for this AI it's like, oh, there's a path in between, but he gets stuck on these DTs because he cannot move through. And he cannot see them, so the AI doesn't calculate for those, right? So he's trying to push forward and trying to push through that invisible zone, which is impossible to do. And it can happen. It's very difficult though, because usually the AI will reroute it. The pathfinding is just a little bit too good here. In Brute War this would be all too common. Like you can even have one DT and one DT get stuck on each other like crazy. But this was a very, very strange opening here, and this is not getting scouted here. Lucky for Prome for now. Gonna have that proxy to himself on the map. Might come back later, play a more important role. We do have High Templar in Storm now. We're gonna go into Goon range and the Zealot lags here with +1 on the way as well. No further upgrades from the Temple Archives. Oh, I wonder. So for EVO specifically, I know you guys are thinking about mind control, right? Dark Templars, yes. We could make a Dark Archon, yes. We can mind control, exactly. Can you mind control a probe? You should be able to. I haven't tested this myself, but you should be able to mind control an SC2 probe and make your own base, and then play both races, SC2 and Brute War. The issue for this would be in EVO, you do not get the double supply. In EVO, you kind of have to work with one supply for all races. So if you remember back in Brute War, if you would mind control a drone from Zerg and make a hatchery, you would get Zerg supply as well. So you'd have effectively 400 open supply. The same for Terran. If you even would mind control of the third race, it would be all 3 supplies, so 600 supply maximum. That's quite crazy. And yeah, it was possible. It was mostly not used in pro matches, but sometimes. Like there was I think there was one PvT where eventually the Protoss was so fed up with the turtle style that he would just mind control an SCV, build a command center and make tanks and just push it in himself. Play a TVT basically. Alright guys, I'll take a very small break here. Alright guys, and there we go again. Excuse me for that moment here. So we have got Creator now. The formidable force. He still has a few Dark Templars inside, and he does have a bunch of Storm as well. Up taking the third base, and yeah, he's posturing the map, which is interesting. On the other side, we do see a Zealot Archon composition with a bunch of stupid immortals here. Not too many sense. It doesn't start. Okay, he has charged to the links here. Pretty decent tournament kills. You do see another Nexus come down, and Kratos actually trying to go in for a push. He has the Storm. If he can land the good Storms, oh, there's a purification over. It really comes down to control who gets the better engage here. Another hits a good cluster. Oh my god, it's like all the Zealots can create to take a good revive. If he could have stormed on the wall, it would have been amazing. He's still gonna get a really good storm here. That's only a second storm. Gonna hit. It's not back there. Oh my god, it's a really good stand-up. He kind of plays like easy. He's just throwing out storms. Like if you throw storms and walking in units, it would be just the craziest thing, I think. He's gonna make more and more zealots. He's kind of stacking them around here for a little bit of flanking. He has a bunch of storm right here. If he can catch this armor, oh my god, that's so much damage. He has one more storm. His storms mostly his own units though with that one. Didn't really hit the first one there. A bunch of Archons down here as well. I'm gonna shoot through his enemies like that. He has a bunch of goons as well. Please reinforce him with a couple Templars maybe. He can make it here. Only struggling. He doesn't have a shield battery to happen on his defense army. He's getting very dark in the end. He doesn't even wait until the Immortals die. He's gonna GD out. And this is the first map here for Creator in this best of 3. Very well done. One moment, we'll go into that second map very shortly. that was a very funny opening. I'm curious to see if we're gonna get again a DT against DT. Is that like the meta in PvP? Does it make sense even? I'm not sure. Okay, so apparently the rules are, if I remember the rules correctly, race picking. We do have to play. The loser can choose what race he wants to play, and in this second game, Prome is gonna choose again to be StarCraft 2 Protoss, and he's not gonna go for Brutal Protoss. But the thing is, as far as I know, you do not even have to pick. Like you have to choose if you wanna play this matchup. Let's say you're basically playing 2 matchups, right? And let's say Creator is a Protoss player in SC2, and he picks Brutal Protoss as well. Okay. If he goes to SC2 race, he will definitely get Protoss. We use Protoss as well. Probably he can, for example, he only showed us the SC2 Protoss. He can utilize a Brutal or Terran or Zerg, for example, if he wants to, or Brutal Protoss. It's up to him. In a best of 3, that is fine. It has to be consistent then through that best of 3, if that makes sense. Okay? So you have to consider this more like a 6 race game than a 3 race game. Even though there's basically 2 Protoss, 2 Terran and 2 Zerg variants. Create again one in the main here. And it's a 4-player map, so both players are gonna scout in the wrong direction. That's a little bit unfortunate. Both of them, of course. I don't think there's anyone getting an advantage from this, because both players basically went for a double gate opening here, very safe standard opening. Creator again checking just barely there. I hope he's gonna have that inside this time, because if it's the same again, we might just see nothing again. Okay, so he does do the, what is it called? The end scout. And he will find the probe. Excuse me. Oh, Prome, you cheeky little. So both players are going for the end scout. What that means is you're not scouting your cross position. You're only scouting the 2 close positions. In this case, he was able to get in and confirm even the units, but do a little bit checking on the state of gates. He did not exactly see the gases or the attack, but this is gonna be a 3-gate pressure build. Most likely blink. 2 goons start on the map. This could, I don't know exactly how this interaction is going, but I think if the goons move in like this, they should be able to take out the stalkers before they lose the fight. But yeah, they will snowball this. Just barely. But yeah, once he gets into that vision blocker, you will see this thing here. Concealed range attacks have a chance to miss. Is what it said. Oh, he finds the proxy. Oh my god. So this is not gonna work. He has to cancel the gate, I think. You have to cancel the gate. Yeah, he cancels the gate. But that's really good for great, of course. And he should immediately throw down his Nexus now. He just killed a gate that was almost complete. That means that there's guaranteed not a follow-up gate in the main. And we do see that gate being thrown down right now, even though the pylons were accounted for in the supply. So there's a supply lock. He throws down another gate. I want to see a Nexus and not another gate here. I like the low, but I don't like the no Nexus. Nexus ship battery, pull back your units. He's actually being aggressive right now, and he scouts that there's no. Can he break it? Can Creator just win this? I don't think. Not with the high ground advantage here. It does also give that missed chance, just like the one here in the concealed thing. So far, Creator's playing this extremely defensive, and he just caught the idea of, wait, what happened in the last game? We both went for DTs, didn't we? One behind Dark Shrine. Yeah, of course. So he's anticipating a Dark Shrine, not a Blink all in. Gonna be 4-gate Blink with a Nexus, interestingly enough. This is more of a supply Nexus. As you can see, there is no ropes to saturate that. It's a full 1 base saturation here, of course, with the 18 patch circulation here for this map. And the 12 patch mining here on the low ground. Now, we will take that naturally, and I think it's more a placeholder in the supply unlocker than anything else. And he'll just open Stalkers non-stop and try to break this Goon army, and if he has enough Stalkers, eventually he will win this. He even has a sentry area like this. If he could have gotten a Guardian Shield, that would have been amazing. I think he still misses the army, so let's scout it. Unfortunately, it's way too late. He does see the Reaver though. He can't actually blink away from those. He's a little bit late on that Stalker to blink. And he just blinks on top of the Reaver, snipes it out of the frickin' ground, shoots the shot out of the sky. Now he's starting to snipe down these Dragoons. He can blink, chase this down. Oh my god, Kratos might just lose this game here. He's gonna lose him. I don't know why you turn around, you just keep chasing, come on, please. You can kill 4 more goons, 5 more goons there. Easy. Prome the Merciful here. Goes back to probing. Definitely lacking a little bit of killer instinct there. Of course, you can always run into a different Reaver, but honestly, that second Reaver is gonna have a shuttle in backup as well. That's not very likely. Now he goes across the map. I'm not really sure if I like this choice. He gives Creator a chance to recycle some of his army, these 5 goons, and regroup back at home with these 4 goons and the shield battery. And now he makes it and snaps these goons again. And I think... Oh my god, the Reaving, that was very good. It's the last second micro there, dodge on the Stalker just walking forward. But yeah, I think you can't break him anymore. If he decides to just keep on chasing those goons and blink kills another 2 more, maybe 3 more on the way back home, then he might just be able to snowball that at a point in the game. Still has the upper hand. I wanna kind of make this too nice here for Creator, but the Creator's position is looking quite formidable right now with the Reaver again. Oh, that's a really good usage there of the sentry. The Reaver just auto-tapping that Immortal. There's no way that Immortal like that is in the front. Now we have goons getting shoot through. Maybe a couple of Zealots would have been nice. Considering your opponent is just blinking in aggressively, having a bunch of Zealots actually could be very, very nasty. This would kind of preempt those blinks in. It would kind of keep his Reavers a little bit safer. And unfortunately he doesn't have a shuttle, so he cannot actually dodge the shots, the volleys. When he again puts the Reaver on the low ground. If you keep it here on the run, maybe it doesn't get the good shots off. But honestly, it has a really good range, so look at that. He's in range again, he shoots again, but yeah, he's on the high ground now. Completely different situation now, he pulls the probes, he loses that Reaper, right? And it looks like this game is not gonna go Kratos' way. Prome is not really trying to kind of overextend here. He's trying to be very careful about this. He's making more gates right now. Up more in the natural, 1 more proxy, so he's going up to 7 gates. And he has charge on the way, so he's transitioning. He did make a bunch of probes, but so did Creator. So both players are on that 2-base saturation. And Creator does monitor this army. He's trying to get another Reaver in, but I feel like he's just positioning them wrong. He's putting them in positions where they can be blinked on. He does know with the Observer that there is no Observer for enemy, so Prome does not actually have the high vision unless he adds a hallucination from the sentry or something. And wastes a shot of the Reaver, it felt like. That's a good one on the Stalkers, but Reaver's actually not that great against Stalkers, I have to say. Like, what? They survive 36 HP? That's a bunch of HP still. I guess it's 2 more goon shots, but it seems like Creator can just not keep up the production right now. Reaper again, got a good KGG. It's gonna be called. Only just take map number 2, so 1-1 here. I wanna say Prome was lacking a little bit of killer instinct, but he did have the correct pieces. He didn't let go in the end. And he was a little bit more careful in pushing through. And yeah, it was very well played by him. Didn't make any major mistakes there. I feel like maybe a little bit of waste If he would have, like, if that would have been hero, he would have probably snowballed that, right? Even if it would have been hero with one hand in the control, I think he still gets the blink on those 5 goons retreating, and then kills the army and then wins the game. But yeah, in all, that was a very good game from Prome, and this is kind of what I was touching on before. And I was saying that you don't have to pick StarCraft 2 Protoss, sorry, StarCraft Brute or Protoss as Prome if it's creator's choice to get in StarCraft 2 Protoss. So he gets SC2 Protoss, and apparently Prome thinks that Brute or Terran is broken right now against SC2 Protoss. That's why he does this matchup. This guy used to be a Protoss player, or is a Protoss player, but apparently right now, this matchup specifically, he thinks it is broken, so he does play that exclusively against Creator here in this series. It just didn't happen yet because Creator did have the, I guess he lost the coin, so he had to pick Brute War Race first, and then the loser's choice, so Prome lost the first game, so he stuck with SC2, and now Creator's loses choices. I want to play SC2 finally. So Prome is gonna grab that Brute War, and that's gonna be Terran in this case. Now there's a Forge coming down. This is fascinating. Is he gonna cannon rush the entrance? The barracks? He can't leave with a probe. He's gonna have a second probe, and he cannot leave with a probe. He's gonna cannon rush the high ground. Like, are we gonna see a pile on the high ground? Please put a pile on the high ground before the probe dies. You might want to steal a gas. We have a space for hiding, but he needs to walk. He needs to walk like a very good distance so he can regen those shields. He's actually abandoning idea. He did cancel the Forge. What is this guy? This is very, very weird. Okay. So of course these barracks, they can fly, right? And if you kill a supply depot, it doesn't matter that much. Can you cannon rush a Brute or Terran? I'm not sure. Not sure, but now he has this weird pylon stuck out there. I guess he just decided against that freaking all in. Oh, Prome. Did he see the pylon, by the way? So he spots the pylon, and he still doesn't know where his opponent is. Now, what I used to do when I was kind of in the same position, just a little different, when I was actually playing Brute War, I would send out my SCV, and after I got pressured by a Zealot Goon, right, and then I'd kind of hold off the pressure and send out my SCV to scout. And I wouldn't find my opponent in the first location. I would just stay there with the SCV and make a hidden base. But yeah, that's my super low reload brainer. At least that's what it used to be. It's been a while. And he's gonna grab that pylon. Pretty nicely done. And he will also get a very nice scouting. If he could catch this Stoker, that would be amazing. He does have healing, of course, with this army. Okay, he doesn't want to lose anything. Yeah. Now, if he just stands in that bush, he's gonna be very fine. Oh! No, the SCV is gonna get killed. Oh! Okay, the SCV dies. And you kind of need to stand here. Then you ground. Okay, now he sees everything. Do you want a piece of me, boy? No, you want a piece of me, boy. 4 barracks. This of the academy. Stim is about to be finishing up here very soon. Not the supply depot. He does not get a additional base behind this. And the probe did die a while ago. It actually doesn't. He cancels the 5th barracks. You're gonna go for a command center now. A little bit of inconsistency here from Prome, but it feels like he's just gonna play with the bigger bioforce. Of course, he had to open this. He's gonna still in. He's gonna catch the first target. Can get the second one. Because these marines do not have combat shields, then they are way more flimsy, and you don't want to lose the medic here. So if he can retreat with a bunch of these units, it's gonna be fine for him. He needs to group up again, though. He wants to throw down another trap, I guess. But this is already seen. But this army is not. It's not this guy as well. And yeah. There's an Oracle. No, there's a Phoenix. Negatives, right? No. Oh my god, he missed targets, he shoots the Ursodon? Can't believe it, and then he loses 2 more Stalkers for that? There's a hallucinated Phoenix coming in, but that's not gonna help him. Or Adept's the counter to the Marines, that could be. Adept Blade is gonna be on the way here. Marines, of course, oh my god, kills another Stalker here. I'm gonna have a difficult time. Yeah, he doesn't have Blink, so these Stalkers are not doing that great. He's going into 4 shield batteries, but honestly, if he would have these 6 more Stalkers right now, look at that. This is gonna be terrible. I think Prome might just kill him here. He has a few SCVs with this. The SCVs are behind the Marines though, which is not the greatest, but now he can kind of kill everything. More and more Marines are heading to the front here. Everything is stemmed. He's gonna shoot down the Guardian Shield. The Depth Glaives, of course, is not gonna be finishing up here anytime soon. And he can make bunkers now. He's just gonna push up into the main here. He shoots one of his SUVs, I think. That poor guy. He was only assisting in the fight. These Marines, they need to click on these so the ones from behind do actually move forward as well. He kills more and more probes here. Can he actually snowball this to a full victory? Okay, so 12 SCVs to 60 probes. You see, this is still very, very close. These guys shooting at frickin' buildings, please, that cannot happen. He needs to move them into the fight. They need to fight. So the adept weapons here. Are they gonna be enough? Only 3 probes do remain. We do have a bunch of Marines here down in the natural, but the SCVs are all across the map. There's not much remaining. And the army from Crater seems to be having more utility than the one from Prome right now. Prome is trying to go back, trying to build up again. He needs to immediately start an SCV. I'm not sure why he's going into gas right now with 3 on top of that. That's not how this can work at all. And Crater, look at this production. I mean, he has no income at all. He needs to... Basically, if he loses these units, he's probably going to GG. That's the big difference. There's still going to be another medic here with this group. There's still a big group of bio. But he has to make units and ropes right now, and he has nothing. If he loses these 2 stores, this is his lifeline, these units. Just makes another probe. Look at that, how slowly that he has less workers. Both of them have less workers than at the start. And Prome's not making any workers, he's just making units. He's even pushing with an SCV again. Now he's stimming. He's trying to catch his stalkers. He gets the first one. Does he get the second one? I think he does. He stims even just a small group. Now he's just gonna break it. Stim should be running down here very soon. Does kill that, and he actually wins this. Prome is gonna win this best of 3 here. Well played by him. And GG, that all in. Definitely packing the punch. Greater own underreacting and having a lot of units just die for nothing out on the map. GG, well played. And thank you everyone for watching. Make sure to sub. See you next game.